going to solve it is the people out here. And we have, in the words of my favourite band, Rage Against the Machine, it's time to take the power back. When the banks were making massive profits, anyone who suggested that that money should go to the people were put down as lunatics. Then when the banks started losing a fortune, you were put down as a lunatic if you said you shouldn't pay their debt. And that is the reason why we're in the hole we're in now. The government's solution is to try and divide the country people, the culchies, from the townies and the city people. Don't let them do that. Another tactic is to divide the civil service and the private workers. Don't let them do that, because if you do, they will succeed. Richard said to come here on September the 18th, and that needs to be done, because you've got to show them in numbers, and if you have the numbers, excuse my language, you will terrify the shite out of them. I'm not much into political dynasties, but I have to apologise. I actually come from one a long time ago. A great man called Father Michael O'Flanagan was one of the first people, in fact he was the first man ever to speak in the Dáil. And I'm not going to say a lot here, but I'm going to give you his words and learn from it. He said, "You have been lied to for too long." He said, "You have been quiet for too long." It's time to rise up and come here on September the 18th. But don't leave it there. Don't leave it in the hands of the politicians. In May of next year, there is an opportunity to cut the spokes on the political bicycle wheels. There is a local election. Don't wait for them to do it. Do it yourselves. Take over the council. Take over this country and take the power back. Thank you very much.
Have you got your little piece of paper to the superintendent? Has everyone got one of these? They're on the table just there. That lad there is handing them out. Just everyone make sure they've got one. For people who arrived late, the letter reads, "To the superintendent of Pearse Street Station, Cara, I would like to make a formal complaint that I believe a crime is being committed." And it goes on to list the sections under which fraud and other various crimes were committed by the bankers on that fateful night in September 2008. So what we want to do is, people have been handing these in as individuals. They've been going to Garda stations, they've been saying, "I want to press charges against the Anglo bankers." But what we want people to do is to start doing it en masse. People to hand in thousands and thousands and thousands of these letters. What do we want?
Jail the bankers!
What do we want?
Jail the bankers!
What do we want?
Jail the bankers!
So if people are up for it, in a few minutes, I think we should march down to Pearse Street Station. And once everybody has one of these, once we got the signal back from the crowd that everybody has one of these, so there's a Jail the Anglo Bankers banner, and that should go at the front of the crowd. But we'll get a few more speeches and a few more chants going before we get to march down through the streets.